What's up guys, I'm back once again to show you some of the hot mods of the week, and in this week's episode we, of course, have a brand new weapon mod, as well as yet another tree mod. As well as this, we also have a mod by the same author that gave us Crime and Punishment, one of my favourite mods of all time. Now all the way back in episode 37, we took a look at the Mark 18 CQBR, and now we have an add-on mod for said weapon, and of course I'm talking about Mark 18 Deluxe. Now the original Mark 18 only had 3 materials: standard, black and two-tone, and what this mod is going to do is add 7 brand new ones into the game, including FDE, Urban, Desert Hex Black, 141, Splinter, Desert Hex, and finally Brush. So if you enjoyed the Mark 18 as much as I did, but want to make your weapon look that little bit more interesting, then maybe this mod is worth a download. Now the next mod I have for you is Secret Service Armor, and you can get your hands on said armor by first acquiring the blueprints for them, and you can acquire these from either Tinker Tom in the Railroad HQ, Ronnie Shaw at the Castle, Proctor Tegan at the Pridwin, or the Requisition Officer inside of the Institute. And after acquiring said blueprints, you'll be able to craft this armor at a chem station under the Secret Service Armor section for a small amount of crafting materials, and requiring Armorer 4 and Science 4 for the jetpack. And as for stats, the helmet is going to give you 10 ballistic resistance and 10 energy resistance. The jetpack is going to give 5 ballistic resistance and plus 1 AP. The arms are going to offer 11 ballistic resistance and 9 energy resistance. The chest is going to offer 17 ballistic resistance and 15 energy resistance. The legs are going to offer 10 ballistic resistance and 8 energy resistance. And finally, the under armor is going to provide 5 energy resistance and 10 radiation resistance. Now the Secret Service armor is actually an armor that you can acquire in Fallout 76, which this mod author has wonderfully added into Fallout 4. And the brilliance of this armor isn't just going to end at the visuals, as the jetpack is actually going to function like a jetpack in the game, and each piece can be upgraded similar to combat armor in the base game. And of course, this week's weapon mod is the Zenith, and what this mod is going to do is add in 2 brand new weapons into the game: the PYA Crutch Pistol and the AK-47 Assault Rifle, and you can acquire both of these weapons from any suitable loot source, as it's added directly into the leveled list. But anyway, let's go over the pistol first, and in terms of upgrades, you have the choice of 9 receivers, 1 barrel, 3 grips, 2 mags, 2 sights, 3 lower rail attachments, 6 damage options to balance the weapon, and finally 3 materials. Now both of these weapons are going to use brand new ammo each, but the Gratch is going to say that it uses 5.56 ammo. Now this is just a visual bug and will actually use its own ammo. But with that being said, let's move on to the AK-47. And in terms of upgrades, you have the choice of 10 receivers, 6 handguards, 4 stocks, 7 magazines, an amazing 16 sights, 8 muzzles, 10 lower rail attachments, 2 more lower rail attachments, 4 laser options, 4 right side attachments, 3 grips, 3 materials, and finally 6 damage options to balance the weapon. Now this has to be, without a doubt, one of the most customizable AK mods that I've ever seen, and that's saying a lot when you realise just how many AK mods there are on the Nexus. So if you're looking for 2 highly customizable weapons to add into your game, then maybe this mod is worth a download. Now over the course of this channel, we've taken a look at several tree mods. In fact, we've even done this as recently as 2 episodes ago. But the next tree mod that I have for you is going to be adding an insane 1 gig of trees into the game. And I'm not talking no baby trees that we see in the base game. These trees are absolute monsters. And of course, the mod that I'm talking about is Pine Forest Redone. And as the name suggests, what this mod is going to do is add in a bunch of giant brand new trees into the game. As well as this, it's also going to add a new custom fog, just in case the addition of a bunch of giant trees wasn't enough new atmosphere. Now, as we've previously mentioned, this is not the first tree mod that we've taken a look at on this channel, but what separates this mod from the others is the sheer magnitude of these trees, and just how small it makes you feel making your way through the Commonwealth. Now there was no way that I was going to make a mod video and not include this next mod, especially when it's by the same mod author that made Crime and Punishment one of my favourite mods of all time. And of course, I'm talking about Commonwealth Mercenary jobs. Now after loading into the game for the first time after installing this mod, you'll get this pop-up asking how you'd like Gun for Hire to be installed into the game. But don't worry too much about this option, as it can be altered at any time. Anyway, now that we've installed the mod properly, we can head to the blue door opposite Diamond City and see what this mod has in store for us. And again, we'll get another pop-up giving us more details about the mod. But to get things actually started, what you're going to need to do is hire an assistant, allow them to sit down, and then have a brief conversation with them, where they will start giving you work.
Hey there.
Hi boss, what can I help you with?
And there we have it, our first job. Gun for Hire, investigate strange noises, and eventually we'll come across a dead scavenger with a note on them. This will then have us speaking to the client about said strange noises.
Hey there. You're that person I asked to look into those noises. Find anything?
And after making our way through the conversation, we will have an increase in reputation and complete the first quest. Now this is just one mission from a never-ending chain added by this mod, which is going to feature 27 new missions and fully voiced NPCs with over 5,200 lines of dialogue. So, just like Crime and Punishment, this mod is shaping up to be something quite special. Now it's quite obvious that I'm leaving out a lot of the content of this mod, and that's because this mod is absolutely enormous. So if you want to see the full extent of this mod, then I would absolutely recommend that you download it and try it for yourself. Now it's at this point that we would end off the video with a weapon mod, but we're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to take a look at 14. Yes, you heard correctly, 14 different weapon mods, all combined into one file. And of course, I'm talking about Combined Arms Modern Weapon Pack. So let's very quickly go over what weapons have been added by this mod. Well, those would be the AKM, the AS Val, the Barrett M82A1, the Desert Eagle, the G36C, the M1911, the M249 SAW, the M9A1, the PL15, the SG550, the SPAS 12, the SV98, the Straya AUG, and finally the TT33. Now to get your hands on any number of these weapons, simply head to a chem station. Here you'll be able to craft all of these, as well as their new ammo types, under the Combined Arms section, completely for free. But if this seems a little bit overpowered, then you can always take a look at the non-free section, and this crafting is going to require no perks and a small amount of crafting materials. Now usually, when looking at a weapon mod, I would show off all of the upgrades available, but I'm absolutely not going to do that for 14 different weapons, as I would be here all day, and especially when I've taken a look at several of these weapons in previous videos. So instead, I'm just going to let a bit of gameplay run for a few of the weapons to give you some example of what this mod has in store. And as I've already taken a look at some of these mods previously, I can already tell you that they all have the same customization as the original mod, and some even have extras. But anyway, I think that just about wraps it up for this mod. On to the next one. Now, as I've previously mentioned, it's normally at this point that I end off the video, but to me it only seems natural to take a look at this mod after the previous one, and that's because we're going to be taking a look at Modern Weapon Replacer Combined Arms Modern Weapon Pack. Now you have access to all 14 weapons added by the previous mod as a direct replacer for the vanilla weapons in the base game, that I'm sure we're all tired of seeing, as that's why we download weapon mods anyway. Now the main advantage to this mod, as opposed to other modern weapon replacers, is it only requires 2 mods, this one and Combined Arms, whereas other modern weapon replacers require the replacer mod and every single one of the individual weapon mods needed to be replaced. So let me give you one combination possible with this mod. The 10mm pistol is going to be replaced with the M9A1, the 44 pistol is going to be replaced by the Desert Eagle, the assault rifle with the M249, the combat rifle with the G36, the deliverer with the PL15, the combat shotgun and double barrel shotgun with the Spaz 12, the hunting rifle with the Barrett, pipe guns with the AKM, pipe revolvers with the M1911, pipe bolt action with the SV98, the submachine gun with the AUG, the radium rifle with the SG550, the lever action rifle with the SV98, and the handmade rifle with the AKM. And of course, all weapons that spawn will have completely random parts. Now, as well as replacing weapons, what this mod is going to do is also change up super mutant leveled lists. They will now spawn with boards between levels 1 and 17, sledgehammers between levels 17 and 23, and super sledges from level 24 and upwards. So if you're looking to make your Fallout 4 that little bit more modern, then maybe this mod and the previous one are worth the download. And with that, that's going to wrap it up for this mod, and the video for that matter. I hope you all enjoyed the mods here today, and if you did, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I hope to see you all in the next video.